Alright, just broke all the Uppipe bolts. They were really stuck on there. You can see the grime. I can't really start the car, so I couldn't heat it up to help with that. But just soaked it with a PB blaster. And then soaked it again, and then soaked it again, and then soaked it again. Had 14 mil long socket, long extension, 3/4 ratchet. Then put them on like so. Then I had this PVC pipe lying around. I was using this as my breaker bar. I would slip it over, then kind of holding it like that over the ratchet, like that, pulling as far away from the ratchet with the pipe with my left hand, and just keeping my right arm centered on the joint because I didn't want to risk rounding off the nuts or just ruining stuff. So breaker bar is your friend. PVC pipe, everybody. Alright, what's up guys? I got the exhaust header out. O2 sensor. I guess this was not connected to the coil pack or whatever, but that's fine by me. I'm falling over here. Got the cross pipe. Junk. Gonna take the heat shield off, clean this header off. It's pretty mangy. Oh, let me see if I can get you guys down here. There is the underside. I did not wash with the head off. I left that on. I just gave the underside a couple doses of gunk off or whatever. The other side looks way better than this one. I couldn't get around here debating what to do with that. I think if I take the heat shield off and then spray it with gunk and then spray it when I'm done with the swap, this will look better. I got my steel brush around here somewhere. I just mix that up a bit before finalizing this process. Never seen the underside. It's kind of cool. There's the gasket, old gasket. Here's the reason we're here. There's the 2002 Subaru WRX catted Uppipe. I already got the top mostly undone, left a bolt or two. I might try to see if I could squeeze it out without jacking up the engine, but I probably will have to end up doing that. Here's the other side. That's pretty much off. I just put it back on to spray. The underside, this side's water cleaner. Had an oil leak for a long time in this car, so I'm gonna do the valve covers and hopefully she stays clean. There's some more gunk I gotta get. Just gunk everywhere. Gunk, gunk, gunk. So, yes, next order of business is, I guess, get the Uppipe out. There's the here's the header heat shield. 3 bolts. You can see like holes popping up in it. It's rusty. Probably not gonna do anything useful with that. I did get this bastard out. You can see it. It's got the factory AGT sensor. I got the 2.2k ohm resistors coming in. They should be here with the downpipe O2 sensor. But a lot's happened since my last recording. Mainly with this thing. I went underneath the car to try and jack up the motor, and the engine mount bolt is not moving. So spent like an hour under there killing it with my breaker bar and this electric drill, and for the love of God that thing would not move. So I was kind of disappointed. That was like the last step to getting all of that stuff on. But oh, and for some reason I thought I cracked my turbo. That turns out that crack right there is normal. This hole right here, right there, it's just a bracket connected to the motor. This is the actual turbo. So I thought that crack was pretty bad, but I guess mine's just ugly. But yeah, last night ran out of options. Did not want to strip the motor mount bolt, so fearing the worst, I went to YouTube and the Subaru forums and found that people it's not like the preferred method, but you can take the turbo off and pull the Uppipe up and out of it. Taking the turbo off wasn't that bad, surprisingly. I did break one hose, but I got like a whole box of small hosing to use. This one goes to a sensor over here. That bottom hose right there. So snapped right here, and other than that, everything else went together pretty easily. I'm going to take this mount off, disconnect the coolant line, disconnect the wastegate hoses. There was a coolant return line, I think. I did not disconnect that just because I didn't want coolant getting everywhere. I did get some all over the turbo with this, so I just put this one back on and just disconnected it from here, because this is gravity fed. This hose is gravity fed, so just kept this hose like facing upwards while I was moving it around. Took off the oil line. There's a bolt, washer, this mount, and then another washer. You got to save those two washers and put them back in their appropriate spot. There was a hose down up in there that I had to get to. And that was a bitch and a half. It just kind of popped out, so I'm hoping that's fine. Can't really see down there. I might give the turbo one last look over. I would have recorded the process, but it was like 10 o'clock at night here, and I was freaking out that I couldn't get the motor out. And I was kind of intimidated by taking the turbo out because I didn't know what repercussions what kind of added risks that would have, because the turbo is scary. Like, to me, anything falls in the turbo, that's fucked. I'm not entirely 100% convinced I did not get some coolant in the inlet, which is concerning me. Oh, he also had to take the inlet hose off. I got this nice Mishimoto one. I can't hold the camera. That nice Mishimoto. So that one wasn't too bad to put back on. I might try to push it back on, push it up in there more, but right now it's on. It's hose clamped. It's tight, it's sturdy. Only casualty was this hose. But yeah, took the turbo off in about 10 minutes. And I could have gotten the Uppipe out easier, but I really did not want to fuck with this hose right here, so I just kind of like pulled it off to the side and then pulled it over here and then kind of wiggled the turbo or Uppipe out. It was a pain in the ass, but I did get it to shimmy out of there. I had someone hold the turbo for me. I went under, kind of pushed the Uppipe up, and then once I got the flange, this flange clear of the motor, just started tugging on it and making sure the EGT sensor hard line was not going to pop anything off with it when I was forcing it through, but that son of a bitch finally came off. We got this about to go on. I'm not sure if the heat wrap's a good idea. I do have an oil leak at the valve cover gasket. I don't think anything will happen if this gets coated in oil, but I'm gonna do some research real quick. I got the headers off. O2 sensor wouldn't come off, so got the O2 sensor here too. Here's the cross pipe. Yeah, so I think we're gonna start with the O2 sensor. I did want to show you guys what I wanted to do, but I don't have any time or resources to do so. This is the Grimmspeed manifold to engine gasket set. Comes with 2. And I really wanted to do a port and polish of the headers, maybe get them cleaned, hot tanked or something, because I can't afford full length headers, which I would do because I like performance, but Subaru Rumble's gonna do. As you can see, there is the Grimmspeed gasket on top of the manifold. There's a lot of excess room right here, which if you don't know what a port and polish is, you just kind of take a die grinder and various carbide bits and flapper wheels and just kind of smooth out all this, like grind it down to fit the gasket size. Same with this port, that port, this port, or that port, and these 2 ports. All of them get shaped to fit the gasket hole. Ideally, I'd be doing that right now, but I don't have a die grinder, I don't have carbide bits, I don't have an air compressor. So right now, I'm thinking I'm just gonna put it on as is, which kind of sucks. I wanted to squeeze that little bit of extra performance out, but what are you gonna do? Gaskets are like $20, so maybe I'll make a video on porting and polishing for the first time, and just buy new gaskets and replace everything. Probably not going to do the Uppipe, probably won't do the turbo. I'll probably do another video with the turbo upgrade if I have the car that long, because seeing how easy turbo swap was, just pop the turbo off, bigger injectors, I guess front mount intercooler and a tune, but I don't think that would go too badly. So yeah, day 3 of going, I guess stage 2 and the Uppipe, and yeah, not bad so far. I will update you guys when the Uppipe is on. There she is. Alright. There's the new bolts, or washer nuts, lock nuts, whatever the fuck there are. This one was a little bitch to get on. I thought I lost it, but it just rolled back to here. So, those are kind of, I put them hand tight and then kind of backed off a little bit just so it's not too stiff when I'm trying to fit up the header and cross pipes. I'm gonna put these together now. Try to do it as one unit, or at least the cross pipe to the that one on the right, and stick that bitch on. Then thread these through, and then put on the rest of the header. And then nothing's gonna be set to torque yet. I've got a little AutoZone torque wrench I'm gonna try to figure out how to use. Hopefully get all of this torqued within the hour, and then I can start putting on the finishing touches. Yay!